Okay, these are the frame brackets, RH Motoworx in red. So we're gonna do a video on installing these. Don't need much. 12 millimeter, 14 millimeter. Got this sweet flashlight they sent, some stickers. This is for the XR100. This is the one we're going to be putting it on. This is my daughter's bike. She races in local classes. It's a nice little. It's got BBR springs, 120 kit on it. This is my daughter.
Hi.
Adrianna, and she's going to do the install. So these frame braces here, they're going to bolt up in place of the stock bracket, stiffen it up, look a lot better. Simple install, only 4 bolts, so we'll get started. So we got 4 nuts and bolts here, 14 millimeter this side, 12 the other. We're going to take these off right now. Just pull it right out. Here you go. Let's work on this one now. Good. Might be a little tight. That's all right. Let's get the rest of them loosened up. Let's go to the top one now. All right, and one more on the bottom. It's a little tight. Good. All right. All 4 out. We're gonna pop these out. All right, so some of these are a little bit tight, so we're just gonna get a punch hammer, pop these ones through, get it a little harder. Good. Now work on that bottom one. All right, we got all 4 nuts and bolts out. Now we're gonna pop the stock bracket off. Might come off by hand on some bikes. All depends. This one's a little tight, so just put a screwdriver up here between the frame. So this one goes. You get the lower motor mount here also. Just nicely work that out. Stock stamp bracket. We're gonna go in, clean up a little bit behind there. It's a little dirty. As you can see, the frame here does not connect. The only thing that's connecting the frame here is the engine itself. So once we add in that tighter bracket, we're really going to stiffen things up here. We're going to have to just line everything up when we're done. We'll clean these bolts up a little bit, clean up around here, and pop the new brackets on. All right, now we're going to start with the brackets here. We did clean these bolts up, put a little bit of grease on them in case we ever got to remove them. Be a little bit easier too. So we're gonna bring the bracket and let's start with 2 bolts on this side. So we'll just line that up. Start with the bolt on the frame on the top left. Yep. Just push that through, hold it in place. Then go with that engine mount, line up that hole. You can go with the engine mount up here. Yeah. Try to line that up. You might have to give the engine a little bit of a wiggle to get some of these through. As you can see, we're pretty lined up here. This one we're gonna have to do a little bit of messing with. All right, so we got the 3 bolts in. We're gonna work on the bottom now. Bottom's gonna be a little tricky just to get that through. We're gonna pop this out of the way real quick. We got some screwdrivers here. We're gonna use as a pin from the other side. Sneak them through and help line that up a little bit. So you're gonna have to line the bracket, the skid plate, and the engine mount. Over here, we'll run this through just so we can move stuff around a little bit. A little tricky lining up so many parts at once. All right, we got it started. I'm gonna run. Okay, so we chose not to take the skid plate off here. Make it a little bit easier. It makes it a little bit difficult to get this last bolt in. We're just gonna pop it down out of the way a little bit. Go up and over the lip. And we'll tap it in to get it started. And the screwdriver's still on the other side. Kind of holding it square. We'll throw the punch right there in the middle. Now they're flush, so now we got one side on. Let's move on to the other side. So we're gonna put the second bracket on this side now. Start just one by one, lining up each bolt. Again, there might be a little bit of pushing and pulling to get it to line up. That's completely normal. All right, so we got one lined up here. I'm just gonna throw a nut on the end. Help us hold it in place. Help hold our bracket in place. One by one, we'll work through here, doing the rest. Start popping these through one by one. Two. Third one's pretty close. That's on. So fourth one, we're gonna pick up a little bit on the front end. Pull the frame away a little bit. A little spin, and bam, right through. We'll get this last one on. There. Okay. All right, Adrianna, she's gonna we're gonna start tightening these down now. Just gonna snug them up with the small impact. Good. Which one? Go down here. Good. Which one you going to? Bottom. Good. One more up here. Good. All right, so everything's together. It's all snugged up, everything. We're just gonna give it a final crank. Put this on the right side. Again, 12 millimeter, 14. Make sure we're nice and snugged up. That one's good. Heard that one click. So, I didn't mention in the video, but we went to 25 foot-pounds on these. Down here to the last one.
So this is how it looks. It was really easy to install. It took only about 20 minutes and it looks very good. It's going to stiffen up the frame and the engine. And this is how it looks from this side. And so easy that even a girl could do it. Looks very nice with the colors.
Nice job.
Bye.